Now, helping you get unstuck and on the path to your dream job, Ken Coleman.
Coming to you live from Ramsey Studios in Nashville, I am, and you are joining a conversation about who you are, what you were created to do, where you want to do it, and how you can get there. In other words, it's about you and your contribution to this world. We're not just talking about jobs, career. I mean, those are words that are just a part of the journey. We're talking about purpose. We're talking about what you were created to do in the marketplace, because you were created to contribute, and you do that through your work. So we're not talking about being a workaholic. We're not talking about selfish ambition. We're talking about selfless ambition to give yourself away. That's the final stage in the 7 stages to significance. Work that matters to you because you see how it matters to others. So let's help you figure that out. Stage 1 is get clear. Stage 2 is get qualified. Stage 3 is get connected. Stage 4 is get started. Stage 5 is get promoted. Stage 6 is get your dream job. Stage 7 is give yourself away. What stage are you in? Let's help you figure out what stage you're in and how to get to the next stage. 844-747-2577. 844-747-2577. Dina is up next in Lancaster, California. Dina, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Mr. Coleman. Thank you so much for taking my call.
You bet. What's going on today?
I'm kind of nervous.
That's okay. Don't be. I'm going to take good care of you, I promise.
Oh, thanks. So I'm calling for my husband and for myself since he has to work and can't call you right now. But we've purchased your book, Proximity Principle. We watched the Get Hired. My husband, just a little background a little bit, is that my parents owned a company, and now since they've passed, my 2 brothers and I own it together. And my husband works for us, or works for the company, and is part owner in the company. But it's a very toxic place to work. And he really doesn't want to be there anymore. And we've been on Dave Ramsey's baby steps and all that kind of stuff, and we worked it. And we just don't know, I guess, do we take our portion in the company and walk away? Or do we keep it and then go find, he wants to find another job, and he's actually been applying for Dave Ramsey.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
that's fun.
Yes. Yeah. And he redid his old resume, just like you said.
Yeah.
And he hasn't had much success yet, but we haven't given up.
Yeah, so, well, listen, just like anywhere else, he's got to try to find a connection. Does he know an FPU coordinator? Does that FPU coordinator have a relationship with somebody on our team? And can that coordinator recommend your husband? That's the kind of thing you got to do. You just got to work it, because my whole philosophy on you got to know somebody largely comes from 2 places. One, the research that says acquaintances are how most people get jobs, not even close friends and family. And then I know how we do things at Ramsey Solutions. And if you know somebody in the building and they can strongly recommend you, or they know somebody that knows somebody in the building, and there's a connection drawn that way, then that's how you get in here. But the fact that you're using my resume guide, our HR team they give special attention to this. So tell him to keep his head up. But here's the deal. Let's answer your question. He is not an owner. He's just your husband. Or does he have equal ownership stake that you and your brothers have? I want to get clear on that.
It used to be divided between my brothers and I, but then after my parents died, our spouses own the same amount with us.
Okay, so how much? So here's
as much ownership.
Okay, great. So how much do you and he both? So between the 2 of you, how much of the company do you own?
30%.
Okay, 30%. Interesting. Have you done the market research on what that is worth? Just kind of looking at others, maybe similar businesses, and then have you talked with your brothers to say, all right, Hubs and I, this is what we think our stake is worth. What would you be willing to pay us? Because I'm assuming they're not going to let an outside person come in and buy a stake, so they would have to buy you out, correct?
Right, exactly.
Do you have any idea how much they would pay you for that? 30%?
Well, that's the difficult part. Is I, as a sister, and I'm the younger sister, obviously, in the group of guys, but I have asked many times what what is my worth in the company? What are we looking at for my future? And I never get an answer. It doesn't matter how many times I've asked or emailed or whatever. I'm never a part. And neither is my husband. He works more like an employee than an owner.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so we just bought a new company, and I have no part in it. It's very frustrating.
Okay. So you're really an owner only. You're not an operator at all.
Correct.
Okay. Well,
Correct.
okay. So let's deal with this. So yes, your husband needs to eventually leave. So he's looking to leave. He needs to leave. It's toxic.
Mm-hmm.
It's family. Your brothers won't even give you a straight answer on a really straightforward question. That bothers me.
Me too.
And so this is going to get ugly, probably. We want to try to avoid ugly and just keep it to tense. I'll give you my opinion on what to do next on that in just a moment. Okay. But I want your husband. Yes, the answer is your husband needs to leave. This is excluding selling. Whether you guys sell your stake or not to your brothers is irrelevant to this decision. He needs to leave. Okay. So yes, he should leave. Good news. He's trying to leave. Yes, leave. Now, the reality is you need to have a come to Jesus meeting with your brothers and go, and this is after he leaves, by the way. So let's just keep this let's keep this thing not tense until he leaves. Now, once your husband leaves, then we have hey, we're having a sit down. I've asked you guys multiple times about valuing my 30% and so the Hubs and I, we want out. Mm-hmm. Now, this is if you really want out, because once he leaves, then the tension kind of leaves with him in the sense of you guys own 30% and you'll get your 30% two ways. Okay. One of two ways, either when they sell, if they sell, or if you guys want out, and you have to decide what's best for you all. But again, it gets back to what the company's worth, and you would have to see the books. You would have to, they're going to have to give you information so you could value it, right? Because, you can do some homework, and I think it's probably not a bad idea to get some counsel on this and get a lawyer on this and not come at them, but just help me proceed with this if I'm going to run up against a wall. And we don't know if you're going to run up against a wall or not. Feels like you might. You already have on some level, but when you really put the rubber to the road, once your husband leaves, I think they're going to go, oh, something's changed. That's the perfect time to bring this up. Okay. At which point you go, we own 30%. We're considering all of our, so we need to see the books. We need to know what the net profit is, the profit on the company growth. We need to see the financials because that's how you value it, the company. And so you would say it's worth somewhere between 1 to 3 times, or it's worth 2 to 5 times. That's where the market research comes in. You're going to have to get somebody knowledgeable in here to help you think through this. And so based on what a real number is, what the company is worth, if you were to sell it, that's where you come up with your 30%, that number. And you go, okay, we're going to sell our share at the 30% of the price. That's how you come about that. And I'm just going through this real simple and rudimentary right now. You need to get some real legal counsel on this. That'll help you. This is the Ken Coleman Show. I get a lot of calls from people who want to pursue their dreams, but they're not sure how to start. Hey, folks, I'm Ken Coleman, and a major career change is obviously a lot easier when you're working a day job and saving money to cash flow the dream. Now, if you don't have the money to quit your day job, don't. Keep working and start stacking money away in an online emergency savings account like the one from my friends at Fairwinds Credit Union. I'm a huge fan of Fairwinds online banking because they allow you to bank anytime, anywhere, and you don't have to live in a state with a branch to be an online member. With Fairwinds mobile apps, you can transfer money or make a deposit using your smartphone or tablet. Plus, credit unions like Fairwinds are an excellent place to keep your money. Fairwinds is a members-only, member-owned, and not-for-profit financial institution. That means your voice matters. So, fund your future and move your money over to fairwinds.org/Ken today. That's fairwinds.org/Ken.
Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA. People all over the country are discovering a faith-based and budget-friendly way of meeting healthcare costs through Christian Healthcare Ministries. Christian Healthcare Ministries, or CHM, is a nonprofit organization that helps members carry one another's burdens with healthcare expenses, and they have successfully shared each other's medical bills for nearly 40 years. See if CHM is right for you by visiting chministries.org. CHM is a proud sponsor of Dave Ramsey Live Events.
Please hear me loud and clear. The government is not going to bail you out of your student loans, at least not completely and not without a catch. What they're talking about only impacts federal, not private loans, and you need to take responsibility for what you owe and pay your debt down quicker. Right now, Splash Financial is offering their lowest rates ever. With lower rates and extra payments, you could just find yourself debt-free in the next 5 years. Visit splashfinancial.com/Ramsey to see if you qualify.
Did you know that 52% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement? If you're in that majority, retirement may sound like a hopeless situation, but it doesn't have to be. My name is Chris Hogan, and I want to help you carve a path to your dream retirement. We have to stop thinking that retirement begins at some magical age, like 65 or 70. Retirement begins when you have enough money to enjoy the lifestyle you dream about. It's going to take more than a dream, though. You have to get serious about making a plan. I've created an assessment tool that helps you know what you need to do to reach your dream retirement. Get your free assessment at chrishogan360.com. Whether your goal is to live comfortably, travel the world, or have enough money to help grandkids with college, and to be able to give like crazy, you can reach the number you need. It just takes a plan. Go to chrishogan360.com to start making your plan today.
Hey guys, Dave Ramsey here. I know this year has been crazy and a lot of you are super stressed about money. But what if I told you there was a way you never have to worry about money again? Well, there is. When you have the right plan, the right tools, and the right teaching, you can be confident you're always doing the right thing with your money. Ramsey Plus gives you all of that. It's our brand new all-access membership to help you get out of debt, save for emergencies, and give with outrageous generosity. Here's how it works. You'll learn the proven plan with our best-selling content, including Financial Peace University. You'll budget with the Every Dollar app, and finally, take control of your money. Then you'll track your progress with the new Baby Steps app, so you know you're hitting your goals. Decide right now to never worry about money again. Go to DaveRamsey.com and sign up for a free trial of Ramsey Plus today.
The Ken Coleman Show is here to help you get clear. Clear on who you are. What do you do best? That's your talent. What work do you really look forward to? You really love doing the work. What results of your work make your heart swell? Maybe you haven't experienced it yet, but you think about it. That's how we get clear. That's stage one on the path to significance, living and working on purpose. Get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get your dream job, give yourself away are the other 6 stages. That is the journey. Think of it as climbing to your pinnacle, your Mount Everest. You've got the answers to those 3 questions. It's my job to get them out of you. 844-747-2577. A lot of you listen to this program, which is a radio show that is also podcasted. And we're grateful for our podcast audience. Folks, I want to spread this message as far as we can. We make it about the caller so that people can be equipped and encouraged by the phone calls. So will you help me? I'm asking you podcast folks right now, point blank, to help us. If you enjoy the show, would you subscribe? Would you leave us a review? And would you share it? All of those things take less than 1 minute. And we would be grateful. That's how we grow out there in the podcast world. So thank you for listening, and thank you for considering spreading the word. 844-747-2577. Let's go to Aaron in San Francisco, California. Aaron, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
How you doing, sir?
Aaron, I'm living the dream. What's going on?
That's right. So it's my first time actually calling a radio station, period. So I'm a little nervous.
Oh, well, thank you. First of all, hey man, listen, I am honored by that. And I know what it's like to be nervous like that, but you're going to be fine because I'm going to take good care of you. I'm all about you right now. So what's up?
So I came across one of your clips and there's one on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll call this guy. So basically I'm at a job where I feel like I found my niche.
Yeah.
I get up in the morning. I enjoy coming in. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. Basically, I'm an inspector in the construction field.
Yeah.
So, but I'm on the contract. So my contract is going to be up this year, but they extended me another year. Make great pay. My wife's in the healthcare field, and she likes what she does. So we just getting on our feet right now.
Good.
And everything's looking good. But like I said, I was on that defined term. So in between that time, I put in my resume and everything. So I just had an interview about 3 hours away in this rural area for the inspector job, which is permanent. And yesterday they called me and offered me the position. I'm like, yes, but it's half the pay.
Oh.
And basically I'll have to uproot my family, which I have 2 kids. And the father and the husband kicked in like, my first thing to do is provide.
Yeah.
And, so it's like, and my wife's like, I really like where I'm at. We just have to talk about it. And like I said, maybe I said it too quick. It was just like, well, I had a good repertoire with the people that interviewed me. And it's a new place and everything. But if the job I'm at now, just like, hey, we want you permanent, which the senior inspector here is like pushing for it. And I get along with everybody. I love the department I work in. And we all good with each other. If they just offered, I went for the permanent position, but about a year ago when it was up, the guy that was here longer in a totally different department. But that's a whole nother story. Got it. But
I get it. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Yeah. I would not take this position. I would not take the half pay in a rural area because it's not good for multiple reasons. Now I understand why you said yes, if I heard you correctly, but you can call them back and go, hey guys, I slept on it. And I would love to take it, but I can't afford to take it. That is not a flaky response. That's legit.
Okay.
So,
right.
But here's the deal.
Yeah.
It's not good for you financially.
Right.
It's not good for your family financially.
Right.
It's not good for the geographic location. You guys are really happy. And I don't think it's a good professional move to take it. So that's why I said don't take it. Here's why. You just got extended for another year on your contract.
Yes,
I believe it's only a matter of time before one of two things happen.
Yes.
One, you get a full-time gig from this current department because they do like you, they do want you, they do value you. And you enjoy it. You love the work, you love the people. It's a great environment. And I think they will either offer you full-time or just keep extending you until that happens. Because a contract is no different than a salary position. Because you know how you said it's permanent, and I'm not picking on you, but it's really not permanent. No job's permanent.
Of course.
Think about it. Now, I understand what you're saying because you're on a year contract, and that creates a little nervousness. Like, oh boy, I've only got 4 months left. But you just got extended for a year. And I think that's one option. I think the other option is you keep looking.
Right.
You keep looking, but you look in not so rural areas and smaller areas where they can't afford you. Okay. So I think you just keep looking. And I understand you're going, man, this is an opportunity for the full time, and I get in, but I think you're already in, and I think you staying in the contract position is better for you than the other. And so that's my point. Be patient. It feels nice, doesn't it? That somebody wants you full time. It feels nice.
Yeah, it does. That's why I kind of just jumped to it. Like,
of course.
Yes, fans. Like, and it was like, yes, I didn't. And I'm like, I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah, I'm glad you called, man. I'm glad you called.
Yes,
you know what? You're gonna respectfully pass on this one because you cannot afford to say yes, and that's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna make you a flake. You're a good dude. You got a great future in front of you. Stay patient.
Yes,
don't worry about the contract. But it's a very good question, very legitimate question, because that contract, it's just not great psychology for us humans who we crave stability and safety. But you'll get there. 844-747-2577. Let's go to Jacob, who is in Nashville, North Carolina. Jacob, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Mr. Coleman, how are you?
I'm living the dream, Jacob. What's up?
So I may be overthinking this, but me and my wife were on baby step 2. We're about to finish that off of the baby steps, and we're trying to figure out how to build my side hustle that my wife, when we just got married in September, she's kind of incorporated and she's become a big part of.
Okay.
And we're trying to figure out if we need to build the business.
Okay, what kind of business is it?
It's catering.
Okay, so what do you mean by
catering?
So what's your specific question about how to build? Which part of it? Is it more clients? Is it bigger spaces? Is it moving into mobile? I mean, give me an idea of what you're looking to expand.
Well, it's actually in none of those, because we actually have a heart for missions, and we're wanting to become very involved in spreading the gospel everywhere we go. We actually want to do a lot of traveling with it.
Oh.
And I don't know if we need to take more of the missions side of it or build the business of it and then incorporate the missions into it. Like, what side we need to build up first?
I think you need to build the business first.
Okay.
And here's why. Because the mission side of it is not going to be for profit. It's going to cost you, right?
Right.
So two ways to pay for that. Either you start taking on donors, which makes the business very complicated because you're for profit right now. And so I don't think that's the path. The other path is that you essentially will do mission-based catering, right? For mission purposes. And so it's not about profit, if I'm understanding you correctly. So if I hire you to come cater an event, I'm paying you for that. And so you know what your mission is. We don't have time to break that down. My answer is you've got to build the business, because the more profitable you get, two things happen. You have more time and more resources, meaning money, to do more mission-based catering. So you always have got to build it first and be patient, because you'll have greater impact the more profitable, more successful you are, meaning you have time. You just have more options. Money, profit gives you more time, more options, more resources to be able to fulfill the mission side of the organization. So be patient. Don't try to do too much too soon, because if you try to do too much mission-based work, you could actually hurt the health of the company. And again, the health and success of the company is what funds the mission. So be patient. You'll get there. The impact is already happening. Just wait for the right time. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
During these crazy times, the best advice I can give you is control the controllables. What you can fix today gives you hope for tomorrow. Let's start looking at major expenses like your monthly rent or your house payment. Folks, mortgage interest rates are so low. Now is the time to invest in your future. In just 10 minutes, my friends at Churchill Mortgage can share ways to save you serious cash through a smarter mortgage plan. If you're a renter, you can learn how to buy a home the right way. Or if you're already a homeowner, you can learn how to save thousands in interest through a simple refinance. Like I said, control the controllables and contact Churchill. To speak to a specialist, call 888-LOAN-200 or go to churchillmortgage.com.
This is a paid advertisement. NMLS ID 1591. NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Equal housing lender. 1749 Mallory Lane, Suite 100. Brentwood, Tennessee 37027.
Everybody wants a great retirement, but not everyone gets to experience it. So how can you guarantee that you'll be one of the lucky ones? Well, the first thing is to get rid of the idea that only lucky people get to retire. Luck has nothing to do with it. Reaching your magic number is tough, and it requires determination and hard work. It also takes connecting with professionals who want to help you achieve your goals. I call these pros your dream team because they want to help you reach your dreams. You can't go on autopilot when it comes to your retirement saving and planning. You need to know what's in your portfolio and when to make adjustments. SmartVestor is an easy, free way to find investing professionals who focus on you. Just go to chrishogan360.com and click on Dream Team to see a list of investing professionals in your area who want to help you. Don't leave your retirement to chance. Connect with the SmartVestor Pro and start building your investing strategy today.
Hey guys, Rachel Cruz here. Confession. Budgeting hasn't always come naturally for me. I'm more of a free spirit, and on top of that, I love to spend money. But I want to tell you about the tool that has changed my life when it comes to budgeting. Over 6 million people are already on Every Dollar and using it every day to take control of their money. It's amazing, and take it from me, it's exactly what you need to make budgeting easy. Budgeting with Every Dollar shows me where all my money is going and allows me to free up space so I can spend it on what I value. It's customizable to you to fit your budget. I love that I can take Every Dollar everywhere I go. You can budget from your computer, iPhone, or Android with Every Dollar. Within the first month, Every Dollar budgeters found that they could cut their monthly expenses by 9%. No matter who you are, I know that Every Dollar will help you take control of your money. Remember, a budget doesn't limit your freedom. A budget gives you freedom.
Buying a home is a big purchase, and you need an agent who will fight for you and make sure you're getting the best deal you can afford. We've all had experiences with so-called professionals who leave us with a bad taste in our mouth. You know, those slime balls who just try to sell you something based off the size of their commission check? Well, the difference between a stellar real estate agent and one of those slime balls is not just how many deals they close, but also in how they treat you in the process. I endorse real estate agents all over the country who meet both of these criteria. We call them endorsed local providers, or ELPs. My team thoroughly vets these guys so that you are really getting awesome agents that know what the flip they're doing. ELPs will guide you into making a real estate decision that is best for your wallet, not theirs. Visit DaveRamsey.com/agents to find an agent near you today.
Did you know that 52% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement? If you're in that majority, retirement may sound like a hopeless situation, but it doesn't have to be. My name is Chris Hogan, and I want to help you carve a path to your dream retirement. We have to stop thinking that retirement begins at some magical age, like 65 or 70. Retirement begins when you have enough money to enjoy the lifestyle you dream about. It's going to take more than a dream, though. You have to get serious about making a plan. I've created an assessment tool that helps you know what you need to do to reach your dream retirement. Get your free assessment at chrishogan360.com. Whether your goal is to live comfortably, travel the world, or have enough money to help grandkids with college, and to be able to give like crazy, you can reach the number you need. It just takes a plan. Go to chrishogan360.com to start making your plan today.
People are hurting right now, and they need your help. For over 25 years, we've helped people beat debt and take control of their money through Financial Peace University. But here's the deal. None of that would have been possible without our Financial Peace University coordinators. These folks are the heroes. They stepped up to teach our 9-lesson proven plan to help people dump debt, master the budget, and build wealth. If you're looking for a way to make a difference from the comfort of your own home, join us on our mission to change lives and lead a Financial Peace University class online. Don't worry, you're not on your own. We'll do all the teaching, and an advisor will walk with you every step of the way. You don't even have to be debt-free yourself. We're just looking for good people willing to step up in these difficult times. Folks, people need this class more than ever. To get started, just text LEADER to 33789. Sign up and lead a Financial Peace University online class today.
Helping you get unstuck and get on purpose in your life and in your work. This is the Ken Coleman Show. I'm Ken. So excited to have you with us. Not political talk radio. Don't need another one of those shows, in my opinion. We're talking purpose in your professional and personal life. Seek that personal vision, that personal mission, and let's combine it with your professional vision and mission. That is when you're in your sweet spot. Let's figure it out. You're one phone call away, 844-747-2577. Let's go to Lon in Dallas, Texas. Lon, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
How you doing, Mr. Coleman?
I'm doing great, man. What's going on?
So I think it'll be good to preface this conversation with, I have the unfortunate, behavior of like picking up a passion, right? Really studying it, looking into it. And then like, I would say 6 months to a year later, it just kind of fizzles out. And I get kind of like stuck in my current job again, right? So I think the question is more so like, I got my talents and passions kind of written out. And I think it'd be good to just kind of work through that and maybe help through the mission part, because I feel like if I can just get that down, I think it would really put me in that sweet spot where, it wouldn't just be another passion or something, right? It'd be my actual sweet spot.
I love it, man. Boy, you said that well. You might have to apply to guest host if I'm ever out.
Yeah.
That was really well done. Okay, so let's walk quickly through talent, what you do best.
Okay, so analysis, research, finding tech solutions. I work in IT right now, so that kind of goes hand in hand, and people skills for sure.
Okay, great. Okay, and let's go to passion. Let me just, for new people that are listening all the time, we define passion here as work that you love to do. It's defined by high emotion and devotion, meaning I get really juiced about it and I love it. I don't want to stop this kind of work. What do we got?
So yeah, I think researching was hand in hand here. Just
of course,
being able to acquire like all that information. I think I remember listening to a podcast where he had guests. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it was about picking 3 characters in movies that you really find like you really relate to.
Yeah, John Eldridge.
And, John Eldridge. There we go. And I always picked the guy that they would analyze everything,
love it,
research, have the wisdom, and then be able to provide an answer that inadvertently in those movies save people's lives. Right now, I don't know if that correlates well with me, but I think that's kind of the gist for sure.
Yes, it does. So let's finish the list. So this is a situation where what you do best and what you love to do are very closely aligned, and that's usually the case. So you're good at analysis. I'm guessing you like analyzing what you've researched, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So you're good at research and analysis. You like to research and analyze. And the question is, what else is on the work that you love to do? I'm guessing you enjoy IT solutions as well.
Yeah. Well, you know what? So the IT job just kind of fell in my lap, right? I was kind of between jobs, and then I got an intern position, and then, it built into a career. So it was funny, and I think it really spoke to kind of like what I was good at, right? The analysis, presenting the solution.
All right.
Something that I don't know if I mentioned was people skills, right? I think if it's really hard for me now in COVID, I'm not really speaking to people on a daily basis, but that just really gets me.
So so let's keep going. What is the work that you love to do as it relates to people? What kind of people work do you love to do?
Yeah, so just kind of really because I've been sitting on this, clarity guide for about 3 weeks now, and it really comes down to it seems to be what I'm currently going through, right? So I'm really reading through all these books about just kind of your story of origin and what a dysfunctional family looks like and how that affects you in the future. So I get juiced up. I can read through a book in a couple of days and during that specific topic. But I wonder if is it because I'm going through it now, or is it something that's like my sweet spot? That's going to.
I don't know. Okay, so we got off track a little bit. Okay, so you started giving me stuff outside of what we need to focus on for a moment. So what other work do you love to do? You said research analysis. What else was on the list on your career guide?
Yeah, I'm teaching. Every time I have to present, new information to someone here at my job, it's always like an adrenaline rush. And then after I'm done, I'm just like, I can
love it.
I can see the
perfect
calming down happening.
All right. Anything else on the passion list? Work you love to do?
Yeah, I think it's as well presenting topics that kind of feel vague, but giving it practicality to it. Like, hey, this is actually very practical, and this is what you can do to get
there. That's the same as teaching. So that's basically teaching / presenting, guiding, instructing, that kind of stuff. It's all the same thing. Okay, so where you're getting hung up is what you said is results that matter most. This is mission. So all work produces a result, and so the final piece of the puzzle for finding your sweet spot is results that matter most. So who are the people you most want to help? What problem or want, so think need or want, do they have? And what are the solutions to that need or want that you get fired up about?
Yeah, it really seems to be more people who desire more knowledge, right? They're actually intentionally seeking out information.
Great.
As opposed to someone that's forced to be there, right?
All right, so it's perfect. So this is the distinction when I say What is the need that they have versus the want? And now this is not a need. This is a want. They want more education. They want to learn. Right. And so what's the solution to that you get fired up? So we know there's people that want, well, wait a second, before we go any further, what is the specific type of knowledge that you kind of think about? They want this knowledge. What is that? You got any clues?
I mean, it really started off with just theology, right?
Theology?
And really diving into that.
Right.
And then and then I always kind of had this phrase, kind of what makes us tick as human beings. So behavioral analysis, or even, just kind of background story. I think that's
great.
The two.
Yeah, I love it. All right. And so what's the solution to that you get fired up about? We know these people crave knowledge, and they want knowledge around theology or psychology or what makes us tick. Let's call it psychology for right now, just for a broad brush. And then, so what's the solution to their want that you get excited about? We know what they want. What's the solution to solving that, providing them that you get excited about?
Maybe more practicality things, right? Stuff that they can take away on a daily basis or weekly basis, and knowing like, oh, this makes sense now, right?
All right.
And
so
I can take that home and apply it.
So that's not classroom professorial type stuff, because that feels like more higher ed fundamentals. You want to give them practical stuff that they can apply right away. They don't have to sit in a classroom at a college level. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right then. So you either do that as a counselor or a content provider expert, not an actual professor. You see the difference? What we're trying to do now is we're trying to find you some marketplace matches. We know what you do best. We know what you love to do most, and we know the results that matter most. So we know talent, passion, mission. You actually know it. I think where you're getting hung up is where can I do that in the marketplace? And that's why you called. So I don't think it's professor, and I'm giving you 30,000 feet here so you can go research this, because you're a research guy. It's not professor, doesn't sound like to me. Might be, could be, because you kind of described that, but I think your heart's leaning more towards meet them where they are with a real practical situation and give them the practical tools, not the fundamental philosophical tools.
Yeah. And, and I kind of battle with that too, because I think, well, maybe I just don't have the right audience, right? Because I do get the juice behind, doing all the theology work, but it seems that the actual solution out there in the world, or what people are really craving, is something practical, right? They want to go home and take something with them.
What if you do a combo? What if you actually teach on the higher education level, and that's your day job? That's actually a dream job, but it's what you're doing during the day, and then you're out publishing and you're doing some things outside of that. What if it's a combo?
Yeah, that sounds great, actually.
Oh, hey, what do we got here? So here's what's next. You're in stage one, which is get clear. You're not 100% clear, but you're most of the way there. You need to start researching. Is it being a professor? Is it being a counselor? Is it being a content provider? Kind of like me. I'm not a professional counselor, and I'm not a professional professor. I'm a content guy. Okay. Some people call me an expert. I don't like the term. Okay. My point is, I'm a communicator, broadcaster. So you have to determine all the different ways you can do it. Then you start to rank them based on what your heart says. So we got one clue right there. The idea of you being a professor who also writes and speaks outside of the classroom made your heart go, ooh, we got a little flutter there. I'd investigate that a little bit more. Keep investigating, clarify, and verify. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey guys, Dave Ramsey here. I know this year has been crazy and a lot of you are super stressed about money. But what if I told you there was a way you never have to worry about money again? Well, there is. When you have the right plan, the right tools, and the right teaching, you can be confident you're always doing the right thing with your money. Ramsey Plus gives you all of that. It's our brand new all-access membership to help you get out of debt, save for emergencies, and give with outrageous generosity. Here's how it works. You'll learn the proven plan with our best-selling content, including Financial Peace University. You'll budget with the Every Dollar app, and finally, take control of your money. Then you'll track your progress with the new Baby Steps app, so you know you're hitting your goals. Decide right now to never worry about money again. Go to DaveRamsey.com and sign up for a free trial of Ramsey Plus today.
Hey guys, Rachel Cruz here. Confession. Budgeting hasn't always come naturally for me. I'm more of a free spirit, and on top of that, I love to spend money. But I want to tell you about the tool that has changed my life when it comes to budgeting. Over 6 million people are already on Every Dollar and using it every day to take control of their money. It's amazing. And take it from me, it's exactly what you need to make budgeting easy. Budgeting with Every Dollar shows me where all my money is going and allows me to free up space so I can spend it on what I value. It's customizable to you to fit your budget. I love that I can take Every Dollar everywhere I go. You can budget from your computer, iPhone, or Android with Every Dollar. Within the first month, Every Dollar budgeters found that they could cut their monthly expenses by 9%. No matter who you are, I know that Every Dollar will help you take control of your money. Remember, a budget doesn't limit your freedom. A budget gives you freedom.
Hey guys, Dave Ramsey here. I know this year has been crazy and a lot of you are super stressed about money. But what if I told you there was a way you never have to worry about money again? Well, there is. When you have the right plan, the right tools, and the right teaching, you can be confident you're always doing the right thing with your outrageous generosity. Here's how it works. You'll learn the proven plan with our best-selling content, including Financial Peace University. You'll budget with the Every Dollar app, and finally, take control of your money. Then you'll track your progress with the new Baby Steps app, so you know you're hitting your goals. Decide right now to never worry about money again. Go to DaveRamsey.com and sign up for a free trial of Ramsey Plus today.
Our children's products have been completely redesigned to give your children a fun and practical way to learn about money. Junior's Adventures are 3 amazing products that teach kids 3 to 12 how money works. Junior's Adventure books are all new with colorful illustrations and a shorter word count. Financial Peace Junior offers all the tools you need to teach your kids about money. And the Smart Saver Bank now has clear sections for giving, saving, and spending. Learn more at DaveRamsey.com.
Welcome back. The Ken Coleman Show is here for you to help you get clear so you can get qualified, to help you get connected so you can get started, to help you get promoted so you can get your dream job, to give yourself away, to fulfill that role that you were created to fill. One of the ways you can do that is by getting connected. That's stage 3. We wrote a book basically that embodies the entire stage, everything you need to do. It's called The Proximity Principle. The Proximity Principle came out of this program after talking to you many, many, many times. The Proximity Principle says, in order to do what you want to do, fill in the blank, the dream job. In order to do what you want to do, you've got to be around people that are doing it and in places where it is happening. And so we wrote that book. It became a #1 Wall Street Journal bestseller. Now we've got an incredible deal at KenColeman.com, $25 for all 3 formats of the book. So you're getting 3 books, 3 versions. The hard copy, which is autographed, the ebook, and the audiobook read to you by me. You can get them all for $25. That's a $35 savings. So go get them, KenColeman.com, click in the store, and you can get that special deal there. Linda is up next in Sonoma, California. Linda, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
You bet. What's up?
I think I need help with verbiage, but you might recognize that I need some different help.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a job, and I found one that's essentially a dream job. It's a marketing rep for dental supply, and the job ad says required, like in bold, 4-year degree. I don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, when I came out of high school, I started college, and then I landed a job as a dental assistant, fell in love with that, and did that 13 years.
Wow.
Since then, I was a loan agent for 10 years, and then most recently, I've been a marketing rep for a Fortune 75 personal line insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm perfect. I'm perfect for this job.
Yes.
But I don't know what to put in the cover letter to get past the 4-year degree requirement.
Don't even talk about it.
Oh.
You don't need to mention the lack of a 4-year degree in the cover letter. So a couple things. I'm going to tell you what I want you to do, but then the good news is you don't have to remember all of this because there's an article at kencoleman.com that I actually talked about today on my YouTube program. And it's entitled How to Write a Cover Letter. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So that's a free article at kencoleman.com. It's in our article section. And you're also going to use my resume guide at kencoleman.com as well, aren't you?
I already have.
Yay!
Started.
Now, here's what you know about that. Where does the education, which we call What I've Learned, where is that in my template? Tell everybody, Linda.
Oh, goodness.
It's at the bottom. It's at the very bottom.
Okay, because I started it and then I stopped looking for a little bit. So
it's okay. Here's the deal. It's not important. Let me tell you why it's not important. I wrote down 13 years as a dental assistant. Yeah. You know so much about the dental trade and the dental industry. It's unbelievable. You're off the charts qualified. And now you've also been a marketing rep for a Fortune 75 company. These people would be idiots, and I say that with all sincerity and in all caps, idiots if they don't take a serious look at you. Just because of that. So here's the deal, Linda. If you do what I teach on this program, in the book, The Proximity Principle, and in the resume guide, which you've already downloaded and started to use, you're going to get recommended by people. You're going to really do your homework and use the web of connections. And your resume is going to lead off with who I know. And you're going to have an unbelievable endorsement statement from a dentist. You are also going to have an unbelievable endorsement statement from somebody that knows your work as a marketer, whether it be a vendor, a coworker, a leader, whatever. You have all this unbelievable experience. And by the time they get to the bottom of your resume and you've put down what you've learned, which you're not going to put anything about a degree. You're going to put down, well, I learned this. I took this certification. I have this training, whatever you want to do there. Just get creative. They're not even going to care. And the reason they're not going to care is because you've already been recommended by a real connection. Somebody's going to reach out, make a connection, recommend you, put your resume in somebody's hands. You do it the way I teach. Nobody's going to care that you don't have a degree. You know why they put that requirement out there? It's designed to keep the deadbeats away. That's where this all started. Because back in the 1950s, higher education became the best path to success. Now we're in 2020. And the reality is that the college degree is becoming less and less relevant because you can't even learn in college what you need to do in this position. Am I right, Linda?
Yeah, 100%.
So that was just a big pep talk to say, don't let that be a deterrent. Make them say to you in the meeting, in the interview, or make their HR go, hey, appreciate the resume, but we're not going to interview you because you don't have a college degree. Force them to say that. What do you have to lose? Because if they're that stupid to pass up on you, then you don't want to work for those idiots anyway.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
You're so qualified, it's not even funny.
I know I want this so bad. I think that's why I'm nervous about it.
Okay, but listen. Have you started thinking, who do I know that knows somebody that works at this dental company?
So it's being offered through it's a third party. So I know it's one of the two major dental supply companies, but I don't know which one. So the answer is no.
So you can't find out from the third party which company it is?
Probably if I can get an interview.
All right, well then,
can't.
Okay, if there's no possible way to find out which company it is, which that befuddles me. I just have a hard time believing that, but I'm really stubborn about that kind of stuff. I always feel like there's a way, but let's just assume there's not a way. Go ahead and move forward.
Okay. Now, what if I can, I still have dentists that are friends and all of that kind of stuff. Let's say I could figure it out. then what? I don't want to let this tidbit of your knowledge go without understanding it.
Well, you do what I talk about in the proximity principle, which I'm going to give to you if you don't have the book. Do you have it?
I don't have the book. No.
Now you do. So when in just a moment, Madison, I'm going to put you on hold. Madison's going to get you a copy of it. You've got to read it. It's going to be so invigorating for you. You won't be scared. You'll be confident. Here's what you do.
Well, and I understand the basics of it, and I've been pushing it on my 25-year-old daughter, not thinking that.
Yeah, but there's practical steps. There's just some practical things in the book. It's not a motivational book. It's a really practical book. So there's things you can do. But here's the point. You find those dentists and they find out which companies. You go, hey, do you know anybody who works over there? They go, yeah, sure. I've been buying from them for 20 years. So you go, hey, this is the position that I'm going for. Can you call your contact over there? And would you tell them about me and ask them if they will do you a solid and actually take my resume in that's got your endorsement statement at the top of it? That's how it works. Imagine that the hiring manager gets your resume handed to him by somebody that's a coworker. And they go, listen, I've been selling dental supplies to Dr. Johnson for 20 years. This guy's a great guy. And he says that Linda's a rock star. And she's applied online, but I wanted to let you know that she's in the system. And he thinks she's a rock star. She's a really strong candidate because of her dental background and her marketing background. Do you see how that makes it such a big deal? And all of a sudden it's like, oh, and that's how you get the interview. Then they meet you, they realize that the degree doesn't matter.
Right.
Don't be deterred is my point.
I'm going to go be what would you call yourself? I'm going to go figure out what company that is.
Yes. Go turn yourself into a private investigator. And that's how you're going to get the interview. And here's the deal. Don't be deterred. Don't be discouraged, folks, when there's a job out there that you know you're qualified for and you know you've got the chops to be able to do it and you really want to do it. Go after it. That's just a little qualification. Hey, our time is almost up, but before I let you go, you matter and you do have what it takes. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.
Thanks for listening to the Ken Coleman Show. For more, you can find the show